Have you ever imagined holding a handgun so perfect it ends the search? There are only a handful of sidearms that ever reach that level. Weapons so trusted that generations swore by them, and so refined that owning one feels like closing the book on what should I buy next. And that's the point of this video. 12 handguns that truly earn the title of one and done. Stick around because the number one pick has served longer than any other modern sidearm in history, and it's still winning competitions today. Number 12, FN57. The FN57 is one of those pistols that feels like it came out of the future and somehow stayed relevant decades later. Introduced in 1998, it was built around the unique 5.7 by 28 mm cartridge, a small bottlenecked round originally designed for the FN P90. While traditional 9mm pistols dominated the market, FN went in a completely different direction, and the result was a handgun that handled like nothing else before it. What sets the 5.7 apart is how easy it is to shoot. That high-velocity 5.7 round produces flat trajectories and almost no recoil, so follow-up shots are blisteringly fast and accurate. Combine that with a standard 20-round magazine, and you've got a pistol that delivers both capacity and control. Two things most shooters wish for but rarely get in the same package. Military and law enforcement agencies quickly realized its value, and civilians who tried one often walked away stunned at how smooth it felt compared to traditional sidearms. Yes, the price is steep, usually between $1,000 and $1,200, but this is the definition of a one-and-done handgun. It doesn't need constant upgrades, aftermarket fixes, or a backup plan. You buy it, you shoot it, and you keep it. Nothing else on the market feels quite like it. And if the 5.7 shows how futuristic design can redefine what a pistol feels like, the next handgun proves that sometimes the simplest, oldest formula, a heavy steel revolver, is still the one that lasts forever. Number 11, Springfield Armory XDM. The Springfield Armory XDM entered the market with one mission: to deliver a modern striker-fired pistol that could handle duty, defense, and competition without compromise. Built in Croatia and imported to the United States by Springfield, the XDM quickly stood out thanks to its reputation for reliability and its ability to adapt to nearly any role. What makes the XDM a true one-and-done handgun is its balance of features. It comes in multiple calibers, from 9mm to 45 ACP, with capacities ranging from 13 to 19 rounds depending on the model. The interchangeable backstraps mean it can fit different hand sizes comfortably, and the aggressive slide serrations plus a match-grade barrel show that this gun was built with performance in mind. The trigger is crisp compared to many striker-fired competitors, and the grip safety adds an extra layer of confidence for shooters who like redundancy without slowing them down. Price usually falls between $500 and $650, making it an affordable option that doesn't cut corners. Owners rarely feel the need to swap out parts or trade it for something else because it already checks the boxes for carry, range work, and even competition shooting. Once you buy it, you're set. And while the XDM represents modern practicality at its best, the next handgun takes us back to an all-steel revolver so tough it has been passed down through generations without missing a beat. Number 10, Smith & Wesson Model 686. If there's one revolver that deserves the label "buy once, cry never," it's the Smith & Wesson Model 686. Chambered in .357 Magnum with the ability to also fire .38 Special, this stainless steel wheel gun has earned a reputation for accuracy, durability, and sheer staying power. Introduced in the 1980s as part of Smith & Wesson's L-frame series, it was designed to handle the hottest Magnum loads without beating itself apart. The 686 comes in several barrel lengths, from compact 2.5-inch carry models to long 6-inch hunting variants. Whichever version you choose, you're getting a revolver that points in naturally, delivers consistent accuracy, and soaks up recoil thanks to its weight and solid construction. The double-action trigger is smooth, the single-action brake is crisp, and the cylinder locks up like a bank vault door. Many shooters call it the ultimate do-everything revolver because it can defend the home, ride in the woods, or win competitions at the range. Price typically ranges from $700 to $900, and these guns hold their value like few others. A well-cared-for 686 will easily outlast its original owner, often becoming the revolver that gets passed down as a family heirloom. But as tough as the 686 is, the next revolver was built like a tank from day one. A gun so rugged that police forces and outdoorsmen still call it the workhorse of the Magnum world. Number 9. Ruger GP100. The Ruger GP100 is the kind of revolver you buy when you want something that will outlast you, your kids, and probably their kids too. Introduced in 1985, this .357 Magnum tank quickly earned a reputation as one of the most durable wheel guns ever built. Ruger over-engineered everything. The solid frame, the beefy cylinder, and the lockwork were designed to handle a steady diet of full-power Magnum loads without loosening up or wearing down. What makes the GP100 a one-and-done choice is its sheer toughness, paired with surprising shootability. The revolver's weight helps absorb recoil, making it comfortable for long-range sessions even with powerful ammunition. It comes in barrel lengths from 3 inches to 6 inches, with options in blued or stainless steel. The trigger is smooth in double action, crisp in single action, and the sights are adjustable to help squeeze every bit of accuracy out of it. This isn't just a revolver you take to the range once in a while. It's the kind you run hard for decades without worry. Prices usually fall between $700 and $900, making it one of the most cost-effective lifetime buys in the handgun world. And unlike many revolvers, parts and aftermarket grips are widely available, so it's easy to tailor it to your hand. The GP100 proved that a revolver can be built like industrial machinery, but the next handgun shows how precision and style combine to create one of the most elegant service pistols the world has ever seen. Number 8. Walther P99 PPQ. When Walther released the P99 in the late 1990s, it looked and felt like something ahead of its time. Sleek German engineering, a striker-fired design, and an innovative decocker button on the slide made it stand out in a market full of blocky competitors. It even gained pop culture fame, serving as James Bond's sidearm in several films. But beyond the Hollywood spotlight, the P99 earned its reputation in real-world service with police and military units across Europe. Then came the PPQ, Walther's refinement of the formula. The PPQ kept the P99's ergonomics, widely considered some of the best in the business, but added one of the finest factory triggers ever put into a polymer pistol. Crisp, light, and with a short reset, it gave shooters the ability to fire quickly and accurately without aftermarket upgrades. Capacity runs from 15 to 17 rounds in 9mm, and both pistols are known for their reliability under harsh conditions. Prices vary. You can find older P99s in the $500 to $600 range, while PPQs usually sell for $600 to $700. Whichever you choose, you're getting a pistol that feels molded to your hand and shoots like a dream. The Walther family proved that comfort and performance don't have to be opposites, but the next handgun takes that idea further, showing how over-engineering for toughness created a pistol trusted by some of the toughest units in the world. Number 7. HK USP9. Heckler & Koch built its reputation on making firearms that feel indestructible, and the HK USP9 embodies that philosophy. Released in the early 1990s, the USP, short for Universal Self-Loading Pistol, was created with military and law enforcement in mind. Its reinforced polymer frame was engineered to handle high-pressure ammunition, while the oversized controls were designed to be operated easily with gloves in rugged environments. From the start, it was built to withstand serious abuse. What set the USP-9 apart was its versatility. It could be carried cocked and locked like a 1911 or run as a double-action, single-action pistol using its decocker. The dual capability gave agencies and individual shooters options without forcing them to buy multiple guns. HK also incorporated a recoil reduction system with a buffer spring, softening the impact of hotter loads and giving the pistol a smoother, more controllable feel than its blocky frame suggests. Standard capacity is 15 rounds of 9mm. While magazines and spare parts are expensive compared to most service pistols, owners often justify the cost by pointing to a service life measured in decades. Prices generally fall between $900 and $1,100, reinforcing HK's premium image. Number 6. Browning High Power. The Browning High Power is often called John Browning's final masterpiece, and for good reason. Introduced in 1935, it became one of the first successful high-capacity 9mm pistols in the world. With its double-stacked 13-round magazine, the High Power offered nearly double the firepower of most handguns of its era, instantly setting it apart from its competitors. The design was a collaboration between Browning and Dieudonné Save of F.N. Herstal, and it combined innovation with practicality. Its slim steel frame makes it feel elegant in the hand, while the single-action trigger gives it a crisp break that many shooters still admire. Over the years, militaries across more than 50 nations adopted the High Power, cementing its legacy as one of the most widely used service pistols of the 20th century. Shooters love it for its balance of accuracy, handling, and heritage. The ergonomics are remarkably modern for a design that's nearly a century old, and the gun points naturally for most people. While production ended in 2018, FN and other manufacturers have since revived the design with updated materials and features. Prices vary depending on the model and era, with surplus military versions often starting around $700 and collectible models commanding $1,200 or more. Owning a High Power isn't just buying a pistol, it's owning a piece of history. Number 5. CZ75. The CZ75 debuted in the mid-1970s and immediately stood out as something special. Designed in Czechoslovakia, it was one of the few Eastern Bloc pistols chambered in 9mm parabellum, and it quickly earned respect in both East and West. Its appeal came from blending rugged all-steel construction with refined ergonomics, rivaling the best pistols Western Europe was producing at the time. One of its most distinctive features is the slide in-frame design. Instead of the slide riding outside the frame rails, the CZ slide rides inside, creating a lower bore axis. This reduces muzzle flip and makes recoil feel softer and more controllable, giving shooters a natural advantage in both speed and accuracy. That engineering is one reason the CZ75 became a favorite platform for competition pistols around the world. The pistol launched with 15-round magazines and a double-action, single-action trigger system, offering flexibility for carry, duty, or defense. Over time, dozens of variants appeared, and the CZ75's influence spread globally. Manufacturers in Israel, Switzerland, Italy, and beyond produced their own versions based on its proven design. To date, well-maintained models sell between $700 and $900. Its blend of precision, comfort, and global legacy make it a true one-and-done sidearm. Number 4. Beretta 92 FS M9. The Beretta 92 FS is one of the most recognizable handguns in the world. Released in the late 1970s, it achieved legendary status in 1985 when the U.S. military adopted it as the M9, ending the Colt 1911's long reign. For more than 30 years, American troops carried it into conflicts from Desert Storm to Afghanistan, giving it a service record few pistols can match. The open slide design became its signature, nearly eliminating stovepipe malfunctions and ensuring reliable feeding. Chambered in 9mm with a 15-round magazine, it provided the higher capacity military planners wanted in the modern era. Its aluminum alloy frame balanced strength with manageable weight, while the double-action, single-action trigger system offered versatility for both duty and defense. Shooters are divided on the ergonomics. Some love the broad grip, others find it unwieldy, but no one questions its durability or combat pedigree. Millions of soldiers, law enforcement officers, and civilians have trusted it, and Hollywood cemented its fame with countless on-screen appearances. Civilian versions generally sell for $650 to $800. Even in today's polymer-heavy market, the Beretta 92 FS stands as a proven, battle-tested classic that continues to earn respect. Number 3. Sig Sauer P226. When reliability is a matter of life and death, the Sig Sauer P226 is the pistol many professionals have trusted for decades. Originally developed in the 1980s to compete with the U.S. military's trials to replace the 1911, the P226 didn't win the contract, but it won something bigger, the loyalty of elite units who demanded the best. The U.S. Navy SEALs adopted it, and for years the P226 was their standard sidearm, carried into some of the most dangerous missions in modern history. Built on an aluminum alloy frame with a stainless steel slide, the P226 strikes a balance between durability and manageable weight. Its double-action, single-action trigger system, combined with SIG's signature decocking lever, allows safe carry with a round chambered while still delivering a crisp single-action shot. Capacity runs at 15 rounds in 9mm through 40 S&W, and 357 SIG variants are also available. The accuracy of the P226 is legendary. Its barrel lockup and precise machining make it capable of outshooting most pistols in its class, and many competition shooters have proven that fact on the range. It also has one of the smoothest recoil impulses among service-sized pistols, making it a joy to shoot even for extended sessions. Prices typically range from $900 to $1,200, reflecting its premium status. For many shooters, buying a P226 is the end of the handgun search, a pistol that needs no excuses, no modifications, and no replacements. Number 2. Glock 19. If there's one handgun that redefined what one and done means in the modern era, it's the Glock 19. Introduced in 1988, the compact 9mm quickly became the benchmark by which nearly every other pistol is judged. It struck the perfect balance between size, capacity, and simplicity. Small enough for concealed carry, big enough for duty use, and rugged enough to handle tens of thousands of rounds without complaint. The Glock 19 carries 15 rounds of 9mm in a flush-fit magazine with countless aftermarket options for extended capacity. Its polymer frame keeps weight down while still delivering durability, and the safe-action trigger system simplified operation by eliminating external safeties without sacrificing safety itself. Disassembly takes seconds, and the parts network is so massive that almost any replacement or upgrade can be done at home with a punch too. But what makes the Glock 19 a true forever gun is the track record. Military, police, and civilians in every corner of the world have proven that it runs in mud, sand, and snow. It is the definition of reliable. Owners often find themselves coming back to it after experimenting with other handguns, realizing the Glock 19 already had everything they needed. Prices usually range from $500 to $650, and resale values remain strong because demand never fades. It's not flashy, it's not exotic, but if you only bought one pistol for a lifetime, the Glock 19 might be the smartest choice ever made. Number 1. Colt 1911. The Colt 1911 is the handgun that defines the phrase "one and done." Adopted by the U.S. military in, you guessed it, 1911, it went on to serve in 2 world wars, Korea, Vietnam, and beyond. Few firearms have a resume this long or a reputation this respected. More than a century later, it still commands loyalty from soldiers, law enforcement officers, and civilian shooters alike. Designed by John Browning, the 1911 was revolutionary for its time. Chambered in .45 ACP, It delivered serious stopping power in a slim, single-stack frame that carried easily. Its single-action trigger set the standard for crispness and consistency, and to this day, modern pistols are still measured against it. Elite competitive shooters and special operations teams continue to rely on tuned 1911s for their accuracy and shootability. Durability is part of its legend. The all-steel frame absorbs recoil and gives it balance that inspires confidence, while the ergonomics remain remarkably modern for a design over 100 years old. Standard magazines hold 7 to 8 rounds, though many modern variants feature extended capacity, upgraded sights, and advanced finishes. Prices range widely from entry-level models around $600 to heirloom-quality bills worth several $1,000s. But whether it's a factory gun or a custom masterpiece, the Colt 1911 is proof that sometimes designers get it right the first time. Over 100 years later, it still stands tall as the ultimate one-and-done handgun. Check out our next video where we reveal the top 20 revolvers that Americans are buying in 2025.